Hello friends, I am Jayant. Welcome to Maths with Jayant. Today we are going to discuss about area. So what will we discuss in area? So first we understand what is area. Then we will understand the units of area. Then we will also understand how do you find the area of regular shapes. Right, and what do I mean by regular shapes? I mean squares, rectangles and triangles. So we will learn how to find the area of these. Then we will also solve some word problems which use area. So let us start with today's topic. Now let us understand what is area. So what is area? Over here I have a card. So if I place this card on the whiteboard or on a paper, so you see that this card is occupying some space. It is taking some surface. We can see that this is occupying some area. How much space it is occupying? The measure of that is called area. So area is nothing but how much space or surface an object occupies. Now let us discuss the units of area. So for measuring area we use units. So what are the units? First let us revise the units for measuring the perimeter. If you don't know what is perimeter, you can watch my videos on perimeter. So for perimeter the units are meter, centimeter, kilometer, etc. Now what are the units of area? Now for area we will use the same units, but we will put an SQ dot before the unit. So we write SQ dot M, SQ dot CM, similarly SQ dot KM, etc. Now we can also write them in another way. The unit, like over here, that is meter, so M with a small 2 on top, centimeter with a small 2 on top, and kilometer with a small 2 on top. Now the question is, how do you read this unit? Now we read them as square meter, square centimeter, square kilometer. And this also, so we'll use square meter, square centimeter and square kilometer. So now what do these each mean? So meter square or square meter means meter into meter. Similarly centimeter square means centimeter into centimeter. Kilometer square will mean kilometer into kilometer, and so on. Now let us understand how do we find the area of regular shapes. Now let us know how do you find the area of regular shapes. So our first shape is a square. So let us take a square with the side 3 meter by 3 meter. Now you see over here this is 3 meter. So this means we can divide this into 3 parts. So we can divide this into 3 parts. 3 equal parts. Over here they are not exactly equal, but we can divide them into 3 equal parts. Similarly over here also it's 3 meters. So we can divide this also into 3 equal parts. And all of these are smaller squares with their side 1 meter by 1 meter. Now, if this is 1 meter by 1 meter, what would be the area of one of these small squares? So, over here 1 meter by 1 meter square, its area, I'm talking about this square, its area will be 1 meter square. 1 meter square. So, now if the area of one such small square is 1 meter square, how many such squares are there over here? So let us count. So meters square. Now, do you see that 3 meter into 3 meter also gives us 9 meter? That we multiply the side with itself and we get the same answer, the area. By counting also we get this, and by multiplying the side by itself also we get this. So, for any square, its area is going to be side into side or the side squared. So, this is how we figure out the area of a square. Now, let us take another small example. Suppose the area of a square is the side is 17 centimeter. What will its area be? We just saw the area is side into side. So, area is side into side. So, we can do 17 centimeter into 17 centimeter, and then we can find the area. So, what is 17 into 17? Let us multiply. 7 sevens are 49, 4 carry forward. 7 ones are 7 plus 4 is 11. Now, 1 into 7, we put across. 1 into 7 is 7, 1 into 1 is 1. We add this, we get 9, 8, 2. So, our final answer is 289 centimeters square. So, this is how we figure out the area of any given square. Let us move on to our next topic. That is to find the area of a rectangle. Now, let us see how to find the area of a rectangle. So, let us take any rectangle with its sides 5 kilometer by 3 kilometer. This is the length and this is the breadth. Now you remember, for the square we had divided. Over here also we can divide. So we have 5 kilometers. We will divide this into 5 equal parts of 1 kilometer each. Now this 3 kilometer is over here, so we will divide this into 3 equal parts. Now over here, the side of over here we've got squares again. Now the side of each square is 1 kilometer this time, because it's 5 kilometer. So we have 1 kilometer over here. So the sides are 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. Now what will be the area of these small squares? So the area of one of this is going to be 1 kilometer square. So how many such squares are there? Let us count and see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have got 15 such squares. That's why its area is going to be 15 kilometers square. Now over here also we see 5 into 3 gives us 15. So 5 kilometer into 3 kilometer is also giving us 15 kilometers square. So by counting also we figure out the area, and we see that this is nothing but the length into the breadth. So for any rectangle, its area is length into breadth. Now let us move on to the area of a triangle. Before understanding the area of a triangle, we need to know two terms, base and height. So let us understand them. So over here, we have 3 different kinds of triangles. The first one is a right angle triangle. The second one is an acute angle triangle. And the third one is an obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so now let us figure out the base and height. So the base is going to be the bottom line of the triangle. So for each of these triangles, this is going to be our base. Now let us figure out the height. Now the height is not always necessary that it will be a side of a triangle. Now there is one thing that we need to know about height and base, that base and height have to be perpendicular. What do I mean by this? Over here, can we take this line as our height? Yes, we can. Why? So this is our height. Now why is this the height? Because in the base and height, you see, the lines are perpendicular to each other, and perpendicular means nothing but 90 degree. So this is the base and this will be the height, as this is perpendicular to the base. Now what about this? Let us try figuring out the height in this triangle. So can this line be called the height? No. Why? Because this line is not at 90 degree. So this line is not perpendicular to the base. What about this line? Can this side be perpendicular? Can this side be the height? No, it is not perpendicular to the base. That is why even this is not going to be the height. So what is the height in this? So let us imagine a line from the tip of the triangle. It will come down perpendicularly like this. So even though this is not a side of the triangle, but as this is perpendicular to the base and it is coming from the tip, so this will be the height of this triangle. What about this? Over here, can I call this line the height? No. Why? Because this is more than 90 degree angle. So this cannot be called the height because it is not perpendicular. What about this? Can this line be called the height? No. Why? Because it is not perpendicular to the base. This angle is, you can see, very small. So what is going to be the height in this? So over here, like we had taken from the tip, we had imagined a line. Over here also from the tip, we can imagine a line that is perpendicular to the base. So like this. So you see, if we continue the base also like this, you see that they are perpendicular. So that is why over in this triangle, this is our height. Now we have understood the base and heights of triangles. We can move on to the area of a triangle. Now let us see how do you find the area of this triangle. So let us see, if we multiply the base and the height. If we multiply the base and the height, what will happen? You see, this triangle looks like half of a rectangle. So you can say that this looks like half of the rectangle. So we see that if a rectangle's area is length into breadth, and over here for a triangle we are using base into height. So if we do base into height, we will get the area of this rectangle. But we want the area of this triangle. You see, this triangle is half of the rectangle. So the area of the triangle will also be half of the area of the rectangle. So we have half of base into height, and this is the formula for finding the area of any triangle. Let us take an example to understand. Suppose the base of a triangle is 7 meter and its height is 5 meter. Or let us take the height as 6 meter. So its height is 6 meter. So what will the area be? The area we know is half of base into height. So we will get half of 7 into 6. 7 into 6 is 42. So we have half into 42 meters, and we will get 21 meters squared. So this is going to be the area of a triangle with base 7 meter and height 6 meter. Now let us move on to our next part. Now let us solve our first word problem. So a sheet of scrapbook measures 20 centimeter by 15 centimeter. So the question is, how many stamps of size 5 centimeter by 3 centimeter can be pasted on it? So we have a sheet of a scrapbook. It measures 20 centimeter by 15 centimeter. Now there are some stamps of size 5 centimeter by 3 centimeter. So how many such stamps can be pasted on it? So how will we solve this? So first we'll find the area of the sheet of the scrapbook. Then we will find the area of the stamp. Then we will divide the area of this by the area of this. And those many stamps will be able to fit in this. So first let us find the area of the scrapbook sheet. So how do you find the area of a rectangle? We do length into breadth. So we'll do 20 centimeter into 15 centimeter. So what is 20 into 15? 20 into 15 is 300. So we get 300 centimeters square. So this is the area of the sheet of scrapbook. Now our second task is to find the area of this stamp. So the sides are 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So 5 into 3 is 15. So the area of this is 15 centimeter square. Now how many 15 centimeter squares can fit in the 300 centimeter square area? So we will divide 300 by 15. 300 centimeter square by 15 centimeter square. What is 300 divided by 15? 300 divided by 15 is 20. So our final answer to this question will be 20 stamps. So 20 stamps can be pasted on the sheet of scrapbook. Now let us move on to our next word problem. Over here. So there's a room. The room is 7 meter long and 6 meter broad. So this is given about the room. So what we need to find? We need to find the cost of tiling the room if the cost of per square meter is rupees 3.50. So how will we solve this question? So first we will find the area of the room. So over here we have a room. So this side is 7 meter and this side is 6 meter. And we are going to find its area. Then over here we need to tile. So we are going to tile per square meter. The cost of tiling, like for per square meter, is rupees 3.50. That means 3 rupees and 50 paisa. So we need to find the cost of tiling the whole room. So let us first find the area of the room. So what is going to be the area of the room? The area of the room is going to be 7 meter into 6 meter. And 7 into 6 is 42. So we get the area of the room as 42 meters square. Now for per square meter is 3.50 rupees or 3 rupee 50 paisa. So for 1 meter square, rupees 3.50. Like this we need to put 42 tiles, right? For 1 meter square, and over here it's 42 meter square. So we'll put 42 such tiles. So what will be the cost for 42 meter square? We'll do 3.50 rupees into 42. So let us do this. 3.50 into 42. So 2 zeros is 0, 2 fives are 10, 1 carry forward, 2 threes are 6 plus 1 is 7. Now we put the cross. 4 into 0 is 0, 4 into 5 is 20, 2 carry forward, 4 into 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14. We add 0, 0, 7, 4, 1. So we get 147 rupees as our final answer. 147 rupees. So it will take 147 rupees and you will also put 0.00 to show paisa. So it will take 147 rupees for tiling the whole room. If the cost per square meter is 3.5 rupees. So this is our final answer. 147.00 and put the rupee symbol also. Now let us summarize, let us revise what we have learnt in this video. So in this video, we first learned what is area. We learned that it is how much surface an object occupies, how much space an object occupies. Now, then next we learned our units of area. So what were the units? The units were meter square or SQ.m, and we gave them as square meter. Similarly, centimeter square, kilometer square, and so on. Then we learned the formula for finding the area of the regular shapes. So for a square, it was the side squared or side into side. For a rectangle, it was length into breadth. And finally, for a triangle, it was half of base into height. We had learnt about base and height. Then we learnt about the base and height, that the base and height should be perpendicular or 90 degree. So in this triangle, if this is the base, so this should be the height. And as they are perpendicular. Then we had also solved some word problems or some real life situations where we make use of area. Thank you very much.